There won't be as much of a formal intro for this. This isn't me trying to show you how to be visible and valuable. This book can't wait any longer. There are a few tweaks that we're going to be doing to the layout and the formatting of it. There may even be a couple of changes that happen to the final version that goes to print, but this book needs to come out today. It cannot wait, not even 1 minute longer. And so I'm going to read the first little bit here. I'm going to show you how to do an audiobook, right here live in front of you. Normally, I would do these on Zoom, and I would just record it and have recording running. I wouldn't have my face on. And I'm going to have the book in front of me most of the time, so I won't see your comments or anything. You're still welcome to come and join. I'd love to have you with me. I will mess up, and I'll show you what to do with mess ups. This is a perfect opportunity for you to see the nature, the heart and soul and core of how to make an audiobook, and also just go in really deeply and personally with me. This book means a lot to me. I've spent the last year not only writing this book, but struggling in my own life even with what this book means, and what impact it has when we truly embrace it. I'm going to be turning off my phone, because, and I'm literally turning off my phone, which I never do, because I don't want the distraction. Okay, I'm going to be focusing. I won't be reading the whole book today. All right, I'm going to do the intro and a little bit here. We'll get through at least the first chapter. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. With that said, here we go. This is How Can I Help You Today? Written by and narrated by Steve Kidd. Copyright 2025. This book was designed for you to help you finally know the answer to the question that flips the same old script and sparks what business was always meant to be. Preface. This is just not a book. See, you're going to mess up. Preface. This is not just a book. It's a revolution. This isn't a feel-good book about being nice in business. This is a radical call to arms. It's a challenge to everyone, everywhere, and against everything we've been taught about success, profit, and doing it right. It's a wake-up call to the givers, the servers, the selfless ones who have been told that generosity is a weakness. It's a defiant declaration that asks, what if we flipped the whole system upside down on purpose? What if the secret to success wasn't in how much we could keep, but in how much we were willing to give? What if your real power came not from the pitch, but from the purity of asking one simple question and meaning it with your whole heart? How can I help you today? This book was born from a breaking point, from a moment when I realized the way we've been doing business, chasing, performing, grinding, it's costing us our very souls. I wrote this for the purpose-driven entrepreneur who's tired of empty formulas and shallow wins. I wrote this for the leader who wants their business to feel like integrity, not exhaustion. For the giver who's always shown up for everyone else, but is ready to do it with purpose and without losing themselves. If you're ready to stop playing the game that was never built for you, If you're ready to redefine what success looks like and reclaim what it feels like, then let's go there. Let's build a life and a business that flows from who you truly are. Let's unlock a way of working that doesn't just make money, it multiplies meaning. Welcome to a different kind of success. Welcome to a new way of giving. Welcome to the beginning of something far more powerful than profit. Welcome to radically changing business and the world. Welcome to the question that will answer everything. How can I help you today? Introduction. Magic is believing in yourself. Start over. Introduction. Magic is believing in yourself. If you can do that, you can make anything happen. Johann Wolfgang von Goethe. Our magic is always a part of us. It flows off of us like water, cascading over a waterfall. Yet all too often, we do not see it. We don't even know that it's there. Because it's a part of us, we do it so naturally that we don't even realize how extraordinarily powerful and, yes, how magically transformative who you are is to the world. It started for me with a simple question, a question so ordinary, so seemingly small that most people wouldn't think twice about it. The question, how can I help you today? I've asked this question thousands of times, so naturally that I hardly even notice when I say it. It's just part of me. It's like breathing. But I'll never forget the day I realized just how radical those 6 words really are. I was talking with a friend, someone I cared about deeply, and as always, I asked, how can I help you today? She hesitated. Then, with an uneasy laugh, she said, people don't do that. They don't just help. What's the catch? What do you want from me? That stopped me in my tracks. It had never even occurred to me that my question could make somebody uncomfortable. That an act of genuine, no strings attached generosity was so rare that it felt suspicious. I thought about that moment a lot in the days that followed. It was the weird one. I thought about that moment a lot in the days that followed. Was I the weird one? Had I been doing this wrong my whole life? Because the truth is, I never think about what's in it for me. I just give. I've done it since I was a kid, when I'd rush to my room, grab the only quarter I had, and give it to whatever charity was at the door. I did it during the height of COVID, when I chose to pay my entire team's salary while I took nothing, because I knew that they had families to support, and I could figure something out. I do it in drive-throughs, handing tips to cashiers who never expect them, don't even have a way to take them. I do it in my business, spending hours helping people who may never work with me. Because if I can help make their lives better, why wouldn't I? But I needed to understand this on a deeper level. I needed to put words to what I had always known but never questioned. Later, I will share with you in more detail about how I found and embraced Zaraz, and that embracing Later, I will share with you in more detail about how I found and embraced Zeraz, and of embracing with me the fire within, the passion, the truth, a blazing fire, the catalyst that changes everything. That was it. That was the magic I had always carried but never named. And in that moment, I knew this was how I was going to run my life. This was how I was going to run my business. I said it, we will go more. As I said, we will go into that more in more detail later. From that, I decided I would lead by giving. I would serve first. From that, I decided I would lead by giving. I would serve first with no thought of what was in it for me. I would ask, how can I help you today? And mean it fully, completely, without expectation. Because I had finally put into words what I had always felt. When you give, you don't lose, you expand, you multiply, you create an unstoppable flow of abundance. That's what this book is about. It's about redefining success, not as something you accumulate, but as something you create. It's about discovering your magic, the unique power within you that makes an impact in the world. It's about becoming a conduit for abundance so that the more you give, the more there is to give. And more importantly, it's about the question that changes everything. How can I help you today? The question, how can I help you today, is one I ask so common and so easily that most of the time I don't even know I was asking it. It's just part of who I am. I hadn't even realized how instinctively I say it until my friend confided in me how comfortable it made her feel. The question, how can I help you today, is one I ask so commonly and so easily that most of the time I don't even know that I'm asking it. It's just part of who I am. I hadn't even realized how instinctively I said it until my friend confided in me how comfortable I did it again. I hadn't even realized how instinctively I said it until a friend confided in me how uncomfortable it made her feel every time I asked. I was taken aback, not because of her discomfort, but because it never occurred to me to be of anything other than always being a giver. From my earliest memories, I remember people coming to our door for charities and running to my room to grab a quarter, which is all I had, and giving it to them. It seemed normal. It was just the way I was. Over the years, I've been blessed to catch glimpses of the impact my giving has had on others. One of the most profound examples is my buddy Craig. Today, Craig has a great job, an amazing marriage, and a really good life. He often says that had I not let him stay in my garage one summer when he was struggling, he doesn't know if he'd be here today. But to me, letting Craig stay was just natural. It was an extension of what I'd always done. Giving without expecting anything in return was normal as breathing. But going back to my friend, the one who found my offer to help so unsettling, she told me, people don't do that, you know. What's the ulterior motive? What are you trying to get from me? It was an honest, sincere question, one that I hadn't thought of before. What did I want? When I took a moment to reflect, I realized my answer was simply nothing. I wanted nothing in return. That's a prime example of catching a small glimpse of magic inside of me. It's the magic of selfless giving, a force more powerful and simpler than anything we could ever imagine. I believe that we all possess a similar magic of our own. But like me, most of us don't recognize it, don't see the incredible impact our unique brilliance has on the world. The conversation with my friend set me on a journey over the past couple of years. Along the way, there's been many times when I've lost sight even of my own magic. I got caught in the busyness of life and forgot the simple yet powerful truth. True abundance comes only in as much as we give what we can, what we have, to those who need it most. It's about giving what we have freely when the place, the person, or the thing is presented to us. When an opportunity comes up, we just purely and simply give. I was reminded of the secret just the other night, and it became clear what was missing to take my company on the mission that was needed for us as a company to truly fulfill all we were meant to do. And to share this with you is my mission in life as well. This simple yet profound concept that goes beyond giving to get something is transformative to ourselves and to our world, and is clearly the missing element in a truly and powerfully successful business. We are all looking for the thing that makes our company stand out. But like me, most of us have not embraced the fundamental necessity of how can I help you today? In how we conduct our lives and in our business. I know this is something I need to teach every one of the people in my company, as well as something I needed to share with the world. It was the magic. I'd always had it, but I hadn't fully embraced it. It was time to share my magic with you. That magic is encapsulated in a simple yet powerful question. You've heard it before, and you'll hear it many more times again. How can I help you today? It's a question that changes lives, builds bridges, and creates abundance. It's my invitation to you to tap into your own magic, to give selflessly, and to redefine what success truly means. Because the world doesn't just need your talents, it needs the magic that only you can bring. But this magic can't only be brought to the world when it's shared freely. But this magic can only be brought to the world when it's shared freely. I heard Lisa Nichols say one time something that I will never forget. Your message, your story was never meant for you. It was placed in you to give it away. Until you share it, it doesn't do you or anyone else any good. So let's start this journey together. Let's rediscover the magic of giving. Let's embrace the power of leading with a true desire to help the other person, of finding out what they need, and then from a focus on what's let's embrace the power of leading with the true desire to help the other person, of finding out what they need, and then, without a focus on what's in it for me, give. Watch how redefining success and embracing this one small yet powerful, amazing flip and spark, this one phrase, bringing it into your life, is going to radically transform your life. It will also change your business. And if you embrace it and share it, it will change the world forever. With arms wide open and a heart fully committed to serving, let's take this journey together. Are you ready? Zaraz means now. Zaraz means let's take action. Let's do it. Let's Zaraz. Let's go. Okay, so you saw an intro. You saw me do the intro section. Later on, I will come back and do a overview. That's probably actually something we'll pull out audio wise. It won't be something I'll read. And then you saw me read with all the messes the intro to the book. That's taken us about the first 13 of approximately 100 pages of the book. And we will do more. We're going to do a little bit of this every day until we get it all read out. You saw some secrets in there. For those of you who have a book, you should be the one doing the audiobook, even when you mess up. Even when your voice sounds weird and wacky and you don't like it, that's okay. The world needs you. And in order to be visible and valuable, you need to share it. And what you saw me do is mess up. Not because I messed up on purpose, but just because we all do. And when you say the wrong word or you stumble over your words or what have you, you just simply stop. You pause. What that'll do to the audio technician, because you're probably going to have somebody do a mix down for you. And more than likely, they're probably going to have to increase the overall volume level of the audio. That's pretty normal with most of the audiobooks that I've done. But you can let a technician do that. Yes, we do have people like that in our company that would love to do that. You just leave that space. You wait for 5 or 10 seconds, and then you go back. You go back a sentence. You go back to the beginning of the paragraph, whatever. You even saw me one time, I messed up. I read the paragraph like 3 times. And the third time when I came back, I didn't go all the way to the beginning of the paragraph and mess the whole paragraph up again because I read the last sentence wrong. But rather what I did was I just went back to just before the sentence I kept messing up, and I read that sentence and moved on. Those are some tricks that you can learn as you begin to start doing the readings of your audiobook. And if you need help with that, of course, you can join us in the Visibility Amplifier community. We would love to have you there. I'm curious to hear your feedback on the introduction to How Can I Help You Today? We're working on the book. It may or may not come out before the audio is done. Either way is fine. We are going to get it all prepared and then all technically produced and stuff, and we will bring it out. I look forward to your feedback, and I'm so grateful to be able to get to do this in front of you. Thanks for giving me the grace to be just real and raw and human here in front of you, as I also present to you this very powerful book that is deeply, powerfully on my heart and that needs to come out. It needs to come out now. You know, I like to tell you to do things now. Well, the world's been telling me to do this one now for a really long time. And so now I'm going to do it. All right. Thanks so much for joining me. We'll be back again tomorrow in the noon hour Central Time. And then probably later in the day, we'll also read another chapter of How Can I Help You Today? I hope you have a great evening and a great week.